to another episode of the Co-Parent Diaries. It's been my kid-free week this week, so I've actually just been doing a lot of work, getting a lot of Christmas stuff ready, sorting out all the presents and just taking time to myself, really. I go pick the kids up today and I haven't seen them in a week. There's no more like little trips I have to do during the week anymore, appointments and things like that. So I'm now trying to get used to literally going a full week without seeing them. But I wanted to touch today on sort of preparing for changeover day. You have two types of changeover days as a co-parent: the day you get the kids back and the day that you say goodbye to your kids. Now, our current situation right now is that our changeover day is on a Friday. It's at the end of the week. It's easier for everybody. The kids get it like it's the last day of school for the week, so they know it's changeover day. We do 7 nights. They do 7 nights at mum's and 7 nights at dad's. Again, for 2 kids who are neurodivergent, it's so simple for them. And the 2 different changeover days are very different. Fridays are very different for me. Today is a pickup day. I've just finished work, so I only work till 12 o'clock on a Friday. And so I have 3 hours from finishing work to when I go and pick up the kids. This 3 hours is a mixture of getting the house ready, if there's anything that I still need to do, like make the kids' beds or charge their iPads, or get their snacks ready, go do a food shop if I haven't already done a food shop. So that's sort of some of the stuff. I also record a podcast episode. I also go and get a little bit of like 10 minutes in the sunshine in the peace and quiet. I sometimes go and get my nails done. I think I'm going to stretch this out for another few days. I'm not going to go and get them done today. And that's what I use these 3 hours for. But something that I really have to get myself adjusted to is going from a week of absolute silence in the house. Like, it's mostly just me pottering around the house with the radio on or the TV on, or TikTok is on, but no noise. And I know so many people would be like, oh my God, that's so bliss, or what a first world problem to have. But then you go from complete silence to chaos in the house. And for me, there's a lot of mixed emotions around it. I'm so happy to have the kids home. I'm so happy to hear their laughing and all of those kind of things. But it also, noise is one of my triggers. And I can get very overwhelmed if it's really noisy. So, and there is no way that I'm having my kids back and then telling them to be quiet. They can make as much noise and be as loud as they can, because also they have to adjust. They have to regulate themselves. I do find that one of my kids, when she comes back to me on a Friday, is very clingy, is quite emotional, and it's just her going from house to house. It's just how her emotions are. And I just sort of have to be as grounded and as at peace as I possibly can with myself to manage that. The other one never really seems that bothered. She's like 7 nights at mum's, 7 nights at dad's. That is life. Happy days. She's 6. So I don't know if as she gets older it changes, but at the moment she's pretty chill. She's, as long as the routine stays the same and knows what to expect when she comes here, she's fine. If I throw anything out of the mix or try and change the situation up, then she gets dysregulated. But my oldest is the one that's usually quite clingy. So for me, I really just have to make sure I've done everything around the house. That's my thing. Some people are like, meditate and, have time to yourself and peace and quiet and get ready. I just need to make sure there's nothing on my to-do list by the time it hits 3 o'clock, so that when my kids get here and it's loud and it's noisy and it's chaotic, it's okay, because I've got nothing else on my mind to do. I can just be here for the kids. The thing that I find with doing Friday changeovers is it does just give them the rest of the day and to adjust, and we don't have to worry about school the next day or anything like that. If they want to have a late night, they can have a late night. Like I know tonight, my youngest, even though I say she doesn't get too dysregulated, she has a little routine on a Friday when she comes back here, is I'll put her into bed, but she will get out twice. The first one, she'll come and ask me for a Band-Aid. This is my autistic child. Without failure, she'll come and ask me for a Band-Aid. The second thing is she'll come and tell me she's bored and can't sleep and I need to give her a toy. She does it every Friday, literally every Friday. So I know for me, Friday nights are a bit of a late night because I don't go to bed until the kids are asleep. And sometimes it can take them quite a while to go to sleep on changeover day. Saturday nights, no problem at all. Sunday nights, no problem at all. Friday nights, it can just take a little bit of adjusting and that's okay. What I also do today is I usually get them a little gift or a little toy. I'm going to phase that out now because they just don't need any more toys in this house. I'm going to try and do something else for them, like maybe draw them a picture or something for when they come home. Give them something excited because they're the kind of kids that they love surprises, but not one that's going to cost me $5 to $10 every time. Because it's getting a bit expensive. Or I might like get them a different icy pole, for example. So I went and got them a little surprise toy, you know, like the blind bags. That's what they love the most. So they've got that and they've got that already. So that's sort of adjusting to the kids coming back. Me and their dad used to on a Friday sort of do a bit of a handover text message. We don't really do that anymore. There's not too much to share. If there was something important to share, like one wasn't well or someone needed something or had a late night, then we would, but we don't tend to do that too much anymore. We've only got a couple more changeovers at school and then we hit the summer holidays. So for all of December and January, changeovers will happen at the house. And that's usually then where we go, oh, by the way, blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And obviously over the Christmas period, there's a few more back and forths to be done. Now, changeover day, when I say goodbye to the kids, is always an emotional one for me. It's right at the start of my co-parenting, it was emotional, but also I had massive relief. I was like, oh, okay, good. Now I can cry. I can let out all my grief. I can let out all my emotion. I can stay up late and watch Grey's Anatomy till 2 a.m. because I can't sleep. And it doesn't matter, I don't have to look after the kids. That was very much what it was like at the start. Now, but also then, I would cry at the school gates. I would cry as I hugged them and said goodbye. Without fail, I'd be putting my sunglasses on and crying on my walk home. I don't get as teary anymore saying goodbye to them, but I think it's because I've learnt to keep it in. I've learnt to like keep it to myself and not let them see. When I get back to the house after dropping them off, I can feel that headache behind my eyes. You know, the one where you want to cry but you're not going to cry, but it's there. I do have that for a bit in the morning because it's the opposite. I go from a loud house, having the kids, talking to them, doing everything, to complete silence. And I'm like, oh, it's going to be complete silence for another week. To be honest, haven't really worked out how to get through that because I also am like, maybe I won't. Maybe changeover days where I say goodbye to the kids will just always be sad. And that's fine. You know, it's not normal to say goodbye to your kids every other week for a week. It's not normal, but it's our normal. And if it takes me a few more years to get used to that, so be it. So be it. I usually switch off then at 12 o'clock from work and I try not to do too much on that day. I will record a podcast episode because again, it's a time where I'm in the house by myself. I've got peace and quiet and get it done. But then I try not to do too much else. It's very much just give myself a lot of grace and rest. We'll always go for dinner that night. So, you know, me and my partner will always go on a Friday night date night, the weekend that we don't have the kids. Which is always really nice, and we try and go somewhere new, so that's always something exciting to look forward to. But again, it's not a It's not a feeling I enjoy, saying goodbye. But also at the same time, I know that they're off to dad's. I know they're going to have lots of fun. I know then I get to have time to myself in the house to get my work done, tidy up, clean up. I don't tidy or clean throughout the week when I've got them. I'm like, I'll just save it all for Friday. I'll save it all for the weekend. I am now also picking up a lot of extra freelance work, which I'll be doing on my kid-free weekends. So spending less time going away on adventures on the weekends so I don't have the kids, and a lot more time just focusing on work. We'll be doing that for probably the next 6-7 months until I have enough to buy my house, because I am trying to buy my house and I'm still quite a way off. So picking up a lot of work, and I don't like doing work when I've got the kids because it was what I spent most of my time when I was married doing, and I wanted to make sure that it's different now we're separated. So yeah, this is a short, sharp episode. Just wanted to talk on changeover days, the emotions that come with it and the things that we like to do. As always, I really appreciate if you hit follow. Every follow matters, every follow counts, and share this episode if you feel like it resonates with someone. Thanks so much.